prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. Ancient
Welcome.
alchemy
How can I help
truly
you?
is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. Ancient alchemy
Welcome. How
truly
can
is
I help you?
fascinating.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port
Ancient
in all of
alchemy
Tibet.
truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Has the most prosperous commercial board in all of Tibet.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you? It's been getting quite... commercial board in all of Tibet.
I'm all for...
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Quite a downpour. Nothing will get done until it clears. Let this be a lesson to those who yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow. By royal decree! I'll protect us.
Maybe I'm not cut out to be a huntsman. Mr. Draff always gets
Do
so
not go
drunk
hunting
after a
again.
hunt.
With sword comes shadow. Don't blink! Hey! Oz revealed by at the fried pan. Speak! Wait a downpour. Nothing will get done until it clears. Let this be a lesson to those who yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Let the show begin. Nice and spicy. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Have you heard? The rite of pardon.
Everyone can hear your voice.
Strength still fills me.
Don't worry. Snowfall on this scale is no impediment. We can keep moving. The sun is out. Our work's done for the day. Shall we take a stroll?
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just...
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done... In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation of... Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, I will not go into too much detail, but the teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket...
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic...
Oh, indeed, but that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the material. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, you would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky, but almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh became even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few...
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either.
Is that so? Yanfei, are you sure you can't find...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well,
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join?
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
You can't beat the atmosphere here.
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now,
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness...
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossel. We'll...
I should open a store.
Leo leads
Speed of light!
best seafood in town.
Whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us—
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value... My family is in the ore business too, but we now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. That's what the hairpins were for, too. But now that I've lost the hairpins...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of...
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow...
Huh? Well, I mean, sure.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? True.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount... And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jucho looks like she's about to faint.
However... all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite... Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please, however much it is, I will have to pay it. My family... Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the... So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first...
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstone set into the pit. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine...
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. You lost them? Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have... I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little mark. It was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid...
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or...
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by...
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins?
Looks like I'll have to find some way to...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find some...
I should open a store here.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you...
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins...
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. If I've deduced correctly, he may...
If that's the case, we should go confront...
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it, and then he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins...
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately...
Well then, since you're so
Oh, that won't be a problem. But for...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep... It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a...
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any work commissioned but not bound by a contract...
I understand. Then I will be glad to play...
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which...
Miss Yanfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage... But again, let's not dwell on this. I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Myth. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau...
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossell, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at...
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. I've heard it said that Smaragdus Nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite.
A thin layer of...
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for trace...
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the...
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them, there may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an and, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on it.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some...
Adventurer. Try your luck betting on Jade?
Miss Yenfei?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store wasn't...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the process?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a
With this hard evidence to back us up?
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often...
Well, that was quick. How come you know?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. As such, legal advice...
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized...
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter. Oh, this has nothing to do with being...
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
I'll protect us.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time...
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only...
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Singxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedure. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded at...
Thank you, Singxi. Now...
Sure, it isn't...
Nothing you need to worry about.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something isn't...
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need...
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you...
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence...
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little cheat, and if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring it is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to—
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curious— But after I gave him my reply, his expression— I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if you—
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be—
Yes, my investigation is—
Wonderful. Well then.
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow—
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all.
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it?
Our second piece of evidence didn't work out.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown support—
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall— Traveler, would you do the honors?
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money, but after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I went to BUBU Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn. That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top...
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Ms.
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing. However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you...
What? But
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Miss...
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further...
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I could see from the hairpins you produced that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other... If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and...
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost some... even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the
right solution depends on your perspective. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that an Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
they have to give me that transfer?
Ah, you've returned. Good, good.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now.
Oh, you. All right, then.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts, too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly... Indeed she is. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city of... Liua is not the same. All right, then. Let us...
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
It is... There we hold it firmly. If you were take these blueprints with you as well.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already...
In adventuring.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger but there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one. Still, why is it so... Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Wow,
it's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. Oh, call me, I suppose.
So you're the little helper Madam Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over. Though it thus, you may now, have you any... As long as you have a blueprint, you...
Blueprints? Oh?
Yes, these are... Just commit the image of the objects, then simply release the thought from your mind.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adept, he said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, this world is not a true one after all. It provides...
A golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything you would like...
enough procrastinating. Let's go.
With sword comes shadow.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment. Maybe
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Should I save this money or invest it?
Hi, Catherine! It's us! Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks... Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at...
What is it we have?
I believe you'll be looking for work...
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face.
I am indeed.
Huh? How could...
By the clothes on your back.
Right again! You...
All right. My assistant should be arriving. Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very
So do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far.
You're a fool!
Oh? And why?
Because Tavet's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha! Didn't expect... I bet Zhang Li is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there...
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you.
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore. Take a look around. Is there anyone in Teyvat more qualified? The requester... Oh, no. Paimon just... Really?
But I shouldn't. We are at all
Stop. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Dai.
Listen, let me...
People smile. Uncle Dai, we're back!
Oh, and...
Yep.
Uh-huh, so you say. It's no use...
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Young Kun, these are two adventurers... Longsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli!
I'm sure I recognize you.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I...
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhong...
A contest? Why...
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of...
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk!
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me over. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited.
Huh? How could you forget something like...
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me.
So deep?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most... In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own two... Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you?
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kunjun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, Follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them. To the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
For the wicked.
Don't blink! Nowhere to hide. Got lucky that time. Speed.
I'll be fine.
Speed of hey! With sword comes shadow.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace.
So 4 miners have disappeared?
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all...
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of the...
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for...
Huh. Such a huge mine.
Underground, overground. We left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging.
We'll need to explore the site ourselves.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Over here! A pile of shirts.
A few every...
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. That seems right. These must be spares, right? Look.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6...
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap on...
Items for washing one's face before the dawn.
So, they didn't take any...
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items?
Huh. Why would someone...
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely... Or 2, they were forced to leave.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave... Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun!
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are...
Or... What is...
Let's find out. I'll give it a... Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating.
I see.
A child? What?
I'm...
Also, how did you...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I can perceive the memories of ore.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's...
You mean you can put your hand on a...
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that...
Amazing! So you can find out...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like core lapis and crystal memories, are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw,
This will take us north, away from...
North. Another...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. You must... I stayed behind with the other 4. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter. Maybe...
So the men that were out working, perhaps an...
What is... An on-site act... Found some clues! Time to report back to Uncle Di.
You're back. How are the
We found 3 First, there are 4 missing
Forced to?
Who indeed? Those who...
Now that you meant, could someone have...
This leads...
A child?
Unlikely...
Where did they go?
We believe...
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago.
You're right. New plan. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see...
Agreed.
All right. Me and my...
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the
Wait.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun? Kunjun, what are you searching for?
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit.
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in...
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very... In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling.
I don't even know where to start with. It sounded so... Perhaps if I
see.
Really?
Think nothing.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this...
Great! Let's have a look! Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the mine.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass.
If we follow their footprints, we should... Oh no! The footprints end here!
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
A miner.
Hello? Have you...
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm...
Jeez. Whatever. La 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 la.
It must have been...
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving...
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions.
Huh. This...
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a...
And they took the...
Yes, they followed it straight...
Let's go after them! Footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later. Go! Boba, get them! Midnight Phantasmagoria! Don't blink! Incoming! Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walk. My name is Wanyu.
Huh?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look.
I think that's all we needed.
I hope it's useful to... I'd better get going. There's a...
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that...
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon...
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along.
You think so? It feels like we're cracked.
Be that as it may, we were 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli.
That's not all. We have encountered many clues along the way. The miners had...
Great! No time...
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through...
Clever thing... Let the show begin.
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey!
Judging by his appearance...
Should we wake him? Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work. There's a camp nearby.
How is he? He won't...
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in Syria.
Paimon heard him talking about digging.
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like... Are these... I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought...
How he came to be...
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him, what?
Unless something happened.
Ugh. Paimon's had an...
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments is just...
What is it? Ooh.
Something...
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the...
But of course. And this one is for Mr. Shang. Huh? Is some...
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated, but thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the...
You sure like...
Ores are the crystals of the earth. The sediment of time itself. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the... Oh, however...
Huh?
Traveler. Does dragon...
You mean the ore that Kunjun's...
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging.
Elemental reaction?
Indeed they can. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle. Thousands of years. And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue...
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all... Weird.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr.
Ulterior motive.
A conclusion that is presently impossible to... Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue when you're well rested. We should ensure this...
Ready, steady, go!
Speed, hey!
Kunjun, we need to get going!
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunj?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find... Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time. Difficult to say. I feel...
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased.
That makes sense.
Indeed. Wow.
And there's so many mysterious...
This ancient... Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth it?
Well, there is this stone tablet.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. Not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from up there.
Oh.
When has Paimon ever come up with a... Wait a minute. Paimon can fly.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came quick. Let's...
This has been newly dug.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating.
The missing miners are here! What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate! Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal What do we do? We can't hurt that! What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtar, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Get them!
Solidify! No rest for the wicked.
Nowhere to hide. Out of the frying pan, into the... Let's dance.
Solidify!
Incoming.
Midnight Phantasm.
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Come on, we can do it! By royal decree, I'll protect us. Nice and spicy! Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Solidify!
Midnight Phantasm! Get them! Eat this! Speed of... Nowhere to hide.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Let's dance. reveal the...
No rest for the wicked. I will have order.
Cut to the chase. By royal decree. Don't blink.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ajdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Ajdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's...
You're...
Ajdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes, it was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Ajdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ajdaha you see there.
So there are two Ajdahas?
No, it can't be.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone... That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the...
The audacity! Are you insane?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. It's been so long. A secret beyond all
There would be no harm in it.
You have Ajdaha, was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between...
No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone.
No! This is I, Ajdaha!
Morax is...
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn!
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of...
A star appears within the wild. Strange.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring.
No!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains...
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. So, Morax, you call yourself...
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon. Sir...
Your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miner.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right.
So you're taking them back to...
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ajdaha.
Not I. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in...
You always did.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much.
Ajdaha.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary...
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us, yet it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. You may live forever.
I do not pretend to match.
Were it not so.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend, God of contracts, I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you, Morax, you will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Wow. That was so weird. It was like he...
In fact, we have yet to... He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
1,000 years ago, Ashtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ashtaha, despite being the victor, he was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness.
You still care a lot.
Call it Pardon, I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conqueror and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhangli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years. Why? You can't even give us a thread of
I understand.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ed?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember. If you take the same road as that person,
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
I'll protect us. Leave it all to me.
Let the show begin.
I must leave no...
The enraged earth will not absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning!
I'll protect us. Ready, steady, go! Boba, get them!
Crumble! upon your tomb, though you know it not.
I'll protect us.
Come, experience an eon of suffering.
Go! Huh? I must leave no stone unturned.
Cowardly insects!
Steady as stone.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain! I will not be destroyed!
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. You've made some progress. Not bad. You've got a trick.
Go, Barbara, go!
Leave it all to me.
Out of the frying pan!
Raging
Your strength is praiseworthy. I too shall use all of mine. So, don't you dare disappoint me. Foul legacy, the devouring deep!
I'll catch up. I'll protect us. Booba, get them! Time to go! Go! Come on, we can do it! Let the show begin.
needs assistance. Let the show leave it all to me. Huh? Steady as stone. Phew. I'll protect us. Nice and spiced. See? Leave it all to me. Right here, into the fire.
You're toast! Oh no! Phew! Higher, higher, hands on fire! Go! Huh? One client, two clients, three clients.
Today's recommendation. With the wind.
Wow. Nero's really good.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Listen, let me tell you how it is.
Let's dance.
I can't read what this says.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo!
Wanna come over for tea?
Maybe... Maybe... Maybe you... Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Maybe you're... Maybe you're not...
Let the show begin.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo!
Protect us. I must leave no stone unturned. Huh? Let's dance!
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Ready, steady, go! I'll protect us.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolvendom. Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Catch up. Booba, get the... Leave it all to me. Let's dance. Nice and spicy. Let the show begin. Let's dance. Go! The show begin. I must leave no
Higher, higher, pants on fire!
Wait, did I leave my apron outside to dry? Goba, get them! Race you! Yeah!
Adventurers Guild. Nice to meet you.
Leave it all to me.
Cross over!
Disgusting.
Go!
Speed of light! With sword comes shadow. Hey!
Shadow Raven! Let nuggets out of the frying pan! Come on! We can do it! Go, Barbara! Nice and spicy! Don't blink! Cut to the chase! Incoming! Oz, reveal bite! Go, Barbara! Ink! Wings of darkness! Speed of... Don't blink! What a letdown.
Let the wind lead.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Boba, get them!
Huh? See?
Leave it all to me.
Wind, hear me.
Catch up. I must sleep. Go as one.
I swear by my sword.
Someone needs assistance. Steady it.